Ministry of Communities was allotted $8.3 billion in the 2019 budget, and in keeping with the government's mandate to the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CH&PA, has worked tremendously to provide housing opportunities and house lots to citizens within every income bracket. On this InfoHub Extended, we examine the work of the authority and how it has helped to improve the lives of Guyanese from all walks of life.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
In meeting the needs of the people, the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CH&PA, implemented an adequate housing and urban accessibility program in January 2019, which assisted persons within the low-income bracket to get their own homes. The program, which came to life with collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and a number of NGOs, began in November 2018. The program, which ran for 3 months, provided applicants with core home support and a home improvement subsidy opportunity.
The core home support targets persons who are living on their house lots mainly and may have a deplorable house or a house that is below habitable standard. Those persons can apply for the core home support. It's a 400 square feet flat concrete building, and the cost is up to $4 million, not more than $4 million. And once a person qualifies for such a project, they're only required to pay $100,000. The remaining cost is subsidized. And the home improvement subsidy, it's a $500,000 grant in materials.
The project was held in Georgetown, Industry, Labon Intention on the east coast of Demerara, close to Diamond Grove on the east bank of Demerara, and Parfit Harmony in Region 3. However, the project came to an end on February 1, with 536 applicants received for the core homes and 1,342 applicants for the home improvement subsidy. After the completion of the project, CH&PA commenced its verification process, where 123 persons were interviewed, awaiting approval in Sophia, after which officials stated that the first batch of beneficiaries for the Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program will be approved by August.
The housing agency also turned its attention to persons with disabilities and assisted more than 150 persons to start their land application process.
The then minister within the Ministry of Communities with responsibility for housing, Valerie Adams Yearwood, and her team visited persons with disabilities at the Society for the Blind, High Street, Georgetown. Persons who would have applied for their house lots were confirmed on the spot, with house lots available on the east coast of Demerara at the cost of $90,000 to $150,000. Beneficiaries thanked Minister Adams Yearwood and her team for the great initiative which provided a sense of independence for persons with disabilities.
We've always been hoping for something like this to pop up from the government, and now that the Minister of Housing has taken that bold step to consult or reach with the disability community to meet our needs that we've been longing for years now, to have our own houses, to have our own land. So this will really help in the independent living of persons with disabilities as stated in the Disability Act 2010.
I have my own house lot. I feel great because right now living in rent house, so when you own your own house lot, nobody can put you out there.
Another initiative introduced to the people of Guyana was a housing lottery in collaboration with Food for the Poor and other NGOs. This project aimed to relocate squatters of Lombard Street to Prospect on the east bank of Demerara and Commerce Lodge on the east coast of Demerara. The lottery, which was the first of its kind, gave the squatters, who were also victims from the recent fire on Lombard Street, the opportunity to select their house lots. As a squatter received the good news, Minister Adams Yearwood also urged squatters to seek self-empowerment, as they will be relocated to their new location.
We relocate 20 families to Prospect. The other families, because we're constructing jointly with Food for the Poor 72 houses, and so the remaining families will be relocated to Cummins Lodge. We have just received, and when I say we, CH&PA, we have just received the approval from Cabinet to go ahead with the development at Cummins Lodge. So in the near future, but just know that we have to do the land clearing, put in the roads and the drains, water and light, and then we're going to allocate.
The exercise, which was held at the Ketley Primary School, also provided financial and other form of support and empowerment to the single mothers. Listen to a few of the beneficiaries' views on the initiative.
I get relocated to Prospect. I'm a lot number 14. I'm very happy for me and my family, and I thank the president.
It's like a shock to me because since last week I was born down and I studied in part I can stay. I don't like stay by family, so thank y'all all because I feel happy, like, you know.
The cost of the project, which was taken in hand since mid-2017, cost the government $43 million to execute, along with the assistance from collaborative partners.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority is not only set out to touch the lives of the less fortunate, but for those who would like to acquire readily constructed housing options.
It started with the preparation of land, and then 50 contractors collaborated to build 50 beautiful homes for persons within the low-income bracket.
On March 29th, CH&PA launched an open house exhibition at Prospect New Housing Scheme, East Bank, Demerara. The exhibition, which ran for 3 days, showcased more than 50 houses to suit the pockets of persons within the low-income, moderate and middle-income brackets. 20 low-income units were constructed by CH&PA, while 30 were constructed by private developers, the Guyana Defense Force and the Guyana Prison Service. The houses cost $4 million, $6 million, and $9 million, respectively.
What we are doing is showing persons, depending on what it is, what price point they would have qualified for at the banks. They can see options that they can choose from to build a unit on their land. They can decide to choose a low-income option depending on if they qualify for $4 million, if they qualify for 6.5, or if they qualify for $9 million.
With the possibility from CH&PA, persons who were qualified for the $4 million homes were offered estimates at a cost of $3,000 at the exhibition. Showcased were low-income homes, duplexes, hinterland homes, and one disability-friendly unit. Wharton further highlighted that the hinterland houses were specially constructed with materials from Anai Region 9. The low-income homes were constructed by CH&PA, measuring 400 square feet each, with 2 standard-sized bedrooms, bath and wash area, kitchen and living room space, and patio with a plot of land measuring 40 by 80 feet. At the end of the 3-day exhibition, low-income applicants were given the opportunity to win a 1-bedroom wooden house at the end of the exercise. However, a single mother of 9 dream came through as she won the house after more than 2 decades of squatting at Gaiac Park.
Oh, I was so happy I screamed in the mall. Everybody wanted to know what happened. I told my sons I wanted to move from where I'm living badly, so I think I'll move and go into my new home.
LaFleur, who applied for a house lot more than 10 years, stated that owning her own home was a dream she worked daily to achieve as a school janitor. The single mother was given the house for free, but was given 6 months to pay for the land at the cost of $100,000. However, the Ghana Public Service Union and D&J Group paid $50,000 each to CH&PA, clearing the mother's bills. The woman received the keys to her new home 5 days later from CH&PA.
Well, I feel so great because when Ms. Gardner called me and told me that, I said, oh God, God is working so much of miracle for me. I said I would extend the home, do certain things because I'm having 9 kids. I have to get the bedroom for the boys and the bed. So I'll put out in later and I'll put out a room so they can have a room.
To better provide comfort for the mother and her 9 children, the staff of CH&PA pooled their finances and purchased a brand new bed, television, microwave, refrigerator, among other amenities.
The Central Housing and Planning Authority decided to take its services to the people of Guyana throughout the 10 administrative regions.
It started through a Grand Government Comes to You outreach, which was held at Durban Park, Georgetown. More than 500 persons visited the CH&PA booth, where house lot allocations, land titling issues, and land applications were addressed. But it didn't end there. Persons from Region 3, 5, 6, and 10 also received similar opportunities throughout the month of April.
Yeah, I applied for land since 2013, so I'm here hoping with luck that I get through.
They said presently the only lots available are in Metamere's, so if I'm willing to take it, which I'm very, very much willing to do so.
The applicants of Region 3 were given 3 months to wait as the agency promised to provide more than 400 house lots for the applicants at Metamere's, West Coast, Demerara. In Region 5, first-time applicants were also given similar opportunities to apply for more than 300 house lots at Experiment, East Bank, Berbice. As for Region 6 and 10, first-time applicants were assisted in applying for their house lots, confirmed land allocation, and got their land titles issues sorted out, with the accessibility of house lots within a matter of 10 weeks in these regions. Here are more from the residents of Region 10.
I travel all the way up here because all the other outreach they had in Georgetown, I could not have catched it, the one especially at Coffee. So I came up here to have my issue dealt with. So I have applied since 2008 for a house lot.
It is very good, especially for the senior citizens. By traveling here, there, and everywhere, you come here. I mean, you might have to pay a little money, but it's still good for us so we could know how we stand.
Another big step by the housing agency was the signing of a multi-million-dollar contract for the construction of roads in several regions.
The Kitty Roundabout is another testimony of the government's commitment to improving roads in Guyana. Today, 15 local contractors signed on with the Central Housing and Planning Authority to develop roads within 6 administrative regions.
The contractors signed on to the contract, totaling more than $400 million. The initiative will benefit communities such as Parfait Harmony, Bell West, and Zeelock Phase 2 in Region 3, Herstelling, Farm Phase 1, Good Hope Phase 2, and Section C Nomprel in Region 4, and Tabashinga in Letham, Region 9. To a positive start for 2019, thousands were allotted house lots, land titles issues resolved, among other matters by Central Housing and Planning Authority, CH&PA. However, the then minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Annette Ferguson, was appointed as minister within the Ministry of Communities, with the responsibility for housing. At a recent outreach exercise, the newly appointed Minister Ferguson stated that she is prepared and elated to serve the housing needs of Guyanese.
I would like to ensure that a proper diagnostic, is done, or assessment is done of the entire system at the Central Housing and Planning Authority. So I guess after those assessments are done, then I'll be able to be in a, much more informed position as to, my strategy addressing housing situation here in Guyana.
Minister Ferguson was sworn into her new position on May 2nd by President David Granger.
This has been InfoHub Extended. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.